Enzo Maresca is a young Italian coaching prospect without much experience as a coach. The former midfielder ended his player career in 2017 and soon after became the assistant coach at Ascoli Picchio. Half a year later, he joined FC Sevilla as the assistant coach of Vincenzo Montella and Joaquin Caparros. After the sporting director was fired in April 2018, Maresca filled in the place until June. Afterwards, he was the assistant coach under Manuel Pellegrini at West Ham for 1.5 years, until both got fired in December 2019. He joined Man City's U23 as the head coach for 28 games, having a points per game ratio of 2.21, which is pretty decent. In May 2021, he was offered a contract at Parma Calcio for the 2021-22 season. His commitment only lasted for 14 games, however, as he was fired in November 2021. After only being in the midfield of Serie B, which was not enough for the club with promotion ambitions. After his commitment at Parma, he was jobless for half a year until he joined the assistant coach force of Pep Guardiola at Man City. After an outstanding season with the Citizens, where he won the triple with the club and, more importantly, learned from one of the best coaches to have walked the planet. After the 2022-23 season, he thought he might try another head coach position and got offered a contract at Leicester City. The newly relegated club wanted an instant promotion, and that's what they have got from their new manager. With 2.11 points per game after 53 games, he managed to get first in the championship with an astonishing points tally of 97. But more importantly, he played offensive and breathtaking football, scoring 89 goals and only conceding 41 in 46 games. Ironically, he went into the FA Cup quarter-finals, only losing to Chelsea with 4-2. Even though he had 11 losses in the league, most losses were only with a goal difference, losing 5 games 1-0 and 3 games with 1-2. With a bit of more luck, he could have broken the record for the most points in a championship season, which is currently taken by Company and FC Burnley, who got 101 last season. Well, you might think, performing with a top club in the championship isn't that big of a deal, and you might be right, but it also kind of shows that he can perform under pressure. But how will he transform Chelsea, and what's his main play style? At Chelsea, you want to see offensive and aggressive football, but all this without taking too much risk and therefore start losing. And I think that's where his play style fits really well into the club. With nearly scoring twice per game and conceding less than a goal on average, he knows when to take risks and when to have a defensive structure. Being influenced by De Zerbi, Guardiola, and Ancelotti means he has a great understanding of football. But let's look at his tactics at Leicester. He normally plays a 4-3-3 formation with 2 number 8s and 1 number 6. Sometimes he might switch it up to form a back 3. Learning from Guardiola, he likes having the ball and to combine themselves into the opposing defense. For him, positional play and knowing when to attack are the most important things in his game. In the build-up play, he likes to have a deeper build-up. Like Thiago Motta does at Bologna, he likes the goalkeeper to join the back 4 in the build-up. When the goalkeeper joins the back 4, one center-back positions himself on the wings, and the full-back will invert to form a double pivot with the number 6. This creates an overload. This allows the number 8s to push forward into the half spaces to support the attackers. This will then look like a 3-2-4-1 with the double pivots being the inverted fullback and the number 6, the 4 being both number 8s and both wingers, and the single striker in front. This offensive overload meant a lot of possession for Maresca's team. His team had around 60% possession on average. The forward runs from the number 8s also pushed the opposing defense back and dragged the defenders away to create space for the other players to use. If they lose the ball, the double pivots try to regain possession as soon as possible. The double pivots also, with the help of the back 3, defend counterattacks. As there are no players on the wings, when the opponent counters, the 2 outside center backs will push wide, and the double pivots will cover the middle. This will create a 3-2 shape as the counter protection. But that comes at the risk that, if the protection couldn't delay the counter long enough for the other players to recover, the opponents will push on the wings and overrun the defense. In the defense, Leicester formed a 4-4-2 shape, with one number 8 pushing next to the striker. His team tries to win the ball back as soon as possible and therefore rotating on the side with the ball. One central midfielder always stayed deeper than the other one to cover passes between the lines. Then, either the opposite winger or the high number 8 next to the striker, will fill in the position in the midfield. This looked like a 4-1-3-2 if the winger inverted or a 4-1-4-1 if the high number 8 dropped. In game, if the opponent switched to the other side, his team followed and formed the same shape again. This system also requires both wingers to work back, so there are always 2 players on each wing, covering the wide areas and 6 players always covering the middle. After looking into his tactics, how can Chelsea line up under the young Italian? It will be similar to what Pochettino did. Starting with the goalkeeper, the Serbian Đorđe Petrović will start. As the center-backs we have Badiashile and Fofana, because Thiago Silva will be leaving the club. As the left-back we have either Chilwell or Cucurella, depends on who can play better as an inverted full-back. Because on the right, we have Malo Gusto, who will stay wide. As the single pivot we would have Moises Caicedo, and both number 8s would be Palmer and Fernandes. The wingers would be either Sterling or Mudryk on the left and Madueke on the right and Jackson as the central forward. How good do you think could this team perform in the upcoming season? Will Enzo Maresca find a way to get everything out of the players? And will he be better than Pochettino? Let me know down in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.